Hey everyone, I'm Alexis the EgoQueen, and welcome back to Queen's Court. In the last episode, we had one hell of a fight on our hands where we fought several Ogren, multiple enemies, and, well, we kind of killed them all. We did happen to kill the last of the Thane brothers, and we took a bit of a time skip, but I think Victor is better at explaining this.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Biggie the GM, and welcome back to the Queen's Court. When we last left our heroes, it has been 2 weeks since the Cold Reaches incident, where the Acolytes stopped a plot by the mournful song to open a warp rift in Hive Disolium. After slaying the cultists and their leader, Tormus Fane, that Warband chose to let the warp energy seep out into the ship and the surrounding areas. Since then, the Warband has returned to Lockwood Manor. From there, they prepared to go aboard the Unspoken to travel the voyage. And we return with only... unfortunately, Knight, aka John, aka Baltivarius Tarvok, will be unable to join this session due to scheduling conflicts, and Pri, aka Harold, will be joining us in just a few minutes since he just got home. So, since then, Polonia has already gone into orbit to see to go aboard the Unspoken, which means that there is only 4 acolytes remaining in Lockwood Manor. So, I'm actually not sure where to take you from here, because I'm just kind of waiting for you to get going.
Okay, so I'll start while in the manor.
Yes.
Carpath, I'm going to be leaving once again.
Indeed, my lady, and I shall once again take care of the manor while you're gone.
Oh, do me a favor, and I'm going to hand him a note that has Curon's information on it.
Yes?
Keep an eye on this kid.
I will.
When I get back, inform me where he is.
As you wish.
Now, I have everything loaded up into the repressor, and we're heading to the landing bay once again.
And I wish you the safest of journey, and Emperor protect.
Carpath, have any other Lockwoods made it back from Provoska yet?
Unfortunately, no. Not since the first wave arrived.
So there's still very few of us left.
Yes, and although hopefully they will begin to grow in number once again.
Maybe that boy will spawn a child. We'll have to see. Alright. I'm gonna sheath my sword and grab all of my gear and everything, start loading it into the repressor, and making my way out. I'm assuming the other 2 acolytes join me.
Well, Tarvok does journey you too, but he is mostly... He has a lot of crates getting... crates with hazardous symbols on them getting loaded into the repressor. He explains to you that there's a lot of things that he wants to research on the while the Unspoken is traveling.
Just don't get that stuff anywhere. Don't let it spill anywhere.
Of course not.
Now, I believe Polonia is still aboard the Unspoken.
Yes, I do believe she wanted to spend more time with Lord Captain. Am I actually getting close to Tarvok's voice?
Close enough.
Yeah. Oh well, that leaves your pilot.
My pilot? I can fly my aircraft.
No, I mean, Larisian. He's the only one left. Oh, actually, Harold, too. Damn it, Pri, get in here.
Alright, so I'm gonna have Risa stay in the front part of the repressor. I'm going to make sure both guns are loaded, and I'm going to get all 6 heavy stubbers fully loaded. And while I'm doing this, let's pan over to Larician.
Where is Larician located, Newell?
He would probably be in the library with, looking over his, well, that little box, Vicky.
Right. Inside that tiny box, there is what appears to be a red-colored gemstone.
He'd pick it up and look it over real quick just to make sure it's, well, in the same state he'd left it in.
Indeed, it seems so.
Good. Very good. Can't have this thing
You
getting too damaged.
actually roll for me awareness, Newell.
Alright.
Ooh. As you are examining the gemstone in your hands, you hear behind you, "Hey boss, what you got there?"
He would immediately put the gemstone in the box and shut it before turning around.
Ooh, you look pretty.
Look, I didn't see you there.
No,
How long have you
but,
been here?
well, long enough, and that's why you pay me, right?
Yeah, that's very true. Good on you. Didn't even hear you approach, actually. Very impressive.
Why, thank you. So, where are you going? I noted there's a lot of commotion going on in this house. I think people are going somewhere, and I think you're going somewhere too.
Yes, we're going somewhere, and it's called the Den of Lions, essentially.
Yay!
A place I never thought I'd be caught dead.
Ooh, do you mind if I sneak around the place?
Oh yeah, feel free to come along. It'll be good training for you. See how well you are at staying out of sight, out of mind. See what you can find.
Ooh, you got it. And she then walks away again, disappearing into the shadows. Whoosh.
And Mason would pick his box up and head on down to where the repressor is.
Alrighty. So, as going back to Lady Lockwood, while you are busy going over every single detail that you might miss as the repressor is getting loaded, Harold walks up behind you, and he seems to be all packed up himself.
Okay. Harold, get aboard the vehicle. You're going to have to take your power armor off in order to sit.
I'm sorry, my lady. I will not be joining you for this one.
Why is that?
I have my own mission I need to go to.
Report. What is this mission?
Harold
Wait, brain fart.
Harold can reach into his pocket to fish out an astropathic missive.
Can you repeat that, Viggy? You cut out from me.
Oh, sorry. Harold can reach into his coat pocket, into a pocket of his. Actually, I don't think he's wearing his armor right now.
No.
Okay, so yeah, Harold can reach into his pocket, coat pocket, to fish out an astropathic missive.
He will do so.
And
Then hand it to Rosalina.
What is
I
this?
got this.
I'm going to unfold it and start reading it. What does it say?
it is an astropathic message from Hunt, where where he explains to where he gives his blessing for Harold to go on a solo mission, although he does give strict orders that that Harold report this to Rosalina before he leaves, and at the end, he also adds that he will be sending a temporary replacement. It should arrive in due time.
Harold, this personal mission,
Yes.
I won't ask the specifics about it, but are you going to see your daughter?
Maybe she will be there, maybe she won't. I'm going to, well, see if I can find some more. See, yeah, sure, okay.
I need not the specifics, but take some time. Go visit your daughter.
I will try to.
And with that, I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder. Harold, you're free to take your time as long as you need, but please report back to us soon, okay?
Don't worry, I will be back soon.
Thank you. And I'm going to bow my head, give you the sign of the Aquila, and re-enter my tank.
Harold is going to bow back and do some weird sign.
Okay. So Rosalina is now in our tank. Well, her armored personnel carrier.
So with that, Tarvok, Larisian, and Ren are all loaded into the repressor, and they head out towards Port Gyre, where, which one? Actually, you'll probably take 2 shuttles up into the Unspoken because both of you want to keep your landing craft. Meaning Ren and Larisian.
Actually, I got this.
Yeah?
Larisian, are you okay with going up to this ship? I know you have personal history with this man.
I'm as okay with it as I can really permit. Personally, I'd rather not, but mission demands it, and so I shall go.
Very well. We'll take my Arvis lighter.
I would prefer to take my own, but I can go up on my own as well. I'm capable of flying it. I've flown it for the past 4 or 5 years.
Capable pilot. Alright. I'm gonna start loading up my repressor into the Arvis lighter.
And it pretty much is the only thing that you can load into it.
And I'm gonna take to the pilot seat. And I'm just gonna go over our closed circuit comms. First one up.
First one up.
Roll an opposed operate aeronautica test.
Yay. God, watch us both fail this.
Wow.
Oh, okay then.
Good job. You both
Wow.
cracked and it's over.
Yeah, you both crashed into each other. Game over. Thanks for playing. No. But Ren, well, Rosalina, has fewer degrees of failure, so she is able to make it faster to the Unspoken. And she is specifically diverted to an aft hangar, which, as you land in there, you can see that the normal crew is actually missing from this section of the ship, and there are only servitors and Lord Captain Aristide waiting for you.
I'm actually gonna, as I get up to the ship, I'm just gonna be like, you know my ship is slower than yours, right?
Yes, well, I was seeing rather rough difficulty with the engines, so yes, don't question it.
So, actually, it's not only Lord Captain Aristide, it is also Dr. Polonia standing next to him.
Awesome.
Yes. So, with that, everyone touches down in the hangar bay and starts to unload. Go ahead.
Is there a Corvus nearby?
You know, I was going to have that a surprise-ish, but now that's gone.
Oh, shut up, I'm sorry.
Goddamn. So, with that, as Larisian, Rosalina, and Tarvok disembark from the Arbus Lighter, actually, Larisian does disembark from there, as Rosalina and Tarvok disembark from the Arbus Lighter, they are greeted by the Lord Captain and Polonia.
Polonia, this is where you've been spending all your time.
I just found it more preferable to be up here in a ship than in a hive. I guess it's a personal preference, but it's just much nicer as opposed or in appearance up here.
Fair enough. Captain
And
Aristide.
I have to say that Desolium is much prettier from orbit.
What was that, Alexis?
Oh, after she says that, I'm gonna nod my head to her and then greet the captain as well.
Ah, Lady Lockwood, welcome once again aboard the Unspoken.
It's good to be back.
Yes, and perhaps this time our business will not be quite so time-consuming.
Yes. I have a new destination in mind.
Do you now? And where doth the Inquisition tell my fair ship to go?
I'd prefer if you didn't say what we were out loud.
Worry not. I have banned every normal crew member from entering this hangar. As you can see, only servitors allowed in here.
I'm gonna... Ooh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll awareness and Cynicians.
What for?
I know who I'm looking for.
Oh yeah, her. As you stretch out your psychic sense, you are unable to sense the Eldar Ranger Morino anywhere close to here. She must be skulking about in some other part of the ship. However, as you do so, the Aquila Lander finally enters through the integrity field of the hangar bay and touches down as the Lord Captain shields his face with his hand.
About time he showed up.
A new member of the Warband?
A new recruit.
Is that Harold? No.
And I'm gonna let him disembark and everything before introducing
And
him.
as the access ramp of the Aquila Lander opens up, down strides Larisian.
Yeah, and he would approach and just stand next to Ren, but he's just going to stay very silent. And, yeah.
I do not believe I've had the pleasure yet. Are you one of Rosalina's men?
Yes, you can call me Ulrich Tassela. I'm recently assigned here. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh boy.
I know Larisian's name, don't I?
You do.
Sorry, no. I'm gonna just... Okay, this is perfect then. Wait, Larisian, what did you say your name was?
Oh boy, hold on. I need to... Oh, wow. The Lord Captain does not have scrutiny. Yeah.
Still gave it away.
Well, never mind. Even if he failed horribly, then yeah. So
I'm just gonna look at both of you with my hand on my head, like.
Just gonna be staring at Larissa like, huh?
Larissa's just gonna stare daggers at Polonia. I said my name is Ulrich Tassala. He's just gonna be like, oh hey, yeah, this is my name. Shush.
Not like your cover or what?
Is she saying this out loud?
I mean, I already gave away that your name was Larissa.
Well, yeah.
I guess I'll roll logic to see if I pick up on what you're trying to say.
Oh my god.
Do you pick up what he's trying to put down? Yes.
Okay,
Yes, you do.
so I stopped then. I get it perfectly.
Okay.
Well, in that case, Mr. Tassala, welcome aboard the Oath Unspoken, and I hope you have an enjoyable trip.
I shall very much see about that.
Indeed.
But
Now,
thank you.
now, if you'll excuse me, I am needed on the command bridge. And he starts to walk away, though he does stop and look, as if waiting for Polonia.
Yeah, I'll go with him.
Indeed, and the two of them wander off.
I'm just gonna like reach my hand out to say something to Polonia and then just stop. Like, oh.
As I'm walking off, I'll just look at Rosalina and say, I'll see you after dinner, okay?
Yes, of course.
Larissa's just gonna kind of lean over to Rosalina. So, what is it between those two?
I think it's pretty obvious, don't you?
Yes, it's obvious, and I'm personally wishing it wasn't so.
And why is that?
Well, I wish to be friends with everybody here, but I feel the differences between the Syrians and the Anzafors may cause a rift, perhaps between me and the good doctor.
Polonia's a professional.
Good. Then hopefully that rift will have no chance of forming.
Also, her engagements with the rogue trader only seek to benefit us. Though I feel that she has an alternative motive in mind. If she is to stay with this man, so be it. It'll benefit the Inquisition further in the future.
Well, we can only hope it's that. Like, beneficial, I mean. Otherwise, well, I personally have no real idea on, what the outcome could be.
Anyway, we have rooms set up aboard. They're by the command deck. The repressor and everything shall stay aboard the lander.
I would personally prefer to stay near my ship. I don't trust these holes.
Be wary. Eldar stalks these halls.
He's going to raise an eyebrow at that. Oh? Is she a ranger, perhaps?
Yes.
I see. Quite interesting.
She is sanctioned, but I still don't trust the knife ears.
Well, if she's sanctioned, there's no real anything to worry about. Usually, mostly at least. They can be good people, hard to understand at times, or confusing.
I'm just gonna look at you like disgusted. Anyway.
What?
I'm gonna grab my flamethrower out of the vehicle and my melta gun and put them both on my backpack. And then I'm going to grab my brazier, my sword, and my bolt pistol and start moving. And just look a little bit awkward as I'm carrying all of this.
Oh yeah, I would have been totally unarmed when I was on the deck. I wouldn't have even been in my scrubs or anything.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, why would I walk around armed here?
Yeah, actually, wouldn't you just keep most of your weapons in your chambers?
Right, at most I might have like a pistol on me, but I'd imagine most of the time that no, I wouldn't even have that.
Well, you probably keep up your concealed last pistol on you, just in case.
Okay, fair enough, just in case, you never know.
Indeed. 'Tis a dangerous life you lead. However, as the... Actually, quick retcon. When Aristide says he is needed at the command bridge, he does tell you... he does tell the rest of the warband to join him at the first convenience, seeing how he needs to set the destination before we set off.
I'm going to stop at my room really quickly. My big my big giant room. Anyway, and I'm going to set my flamethrower on the wall and a few of the other weapons that I have on the walls. And just go over my war gear really quickly as I don my a newest dress that is more elegant and has even more mesh armor in it.
Hot damn.
And then I'm going to keep the melt-a-gun in the room. And I'm going to keep the brazier in the room. And I'm only going to walk around with the pistol and the power sword as I go to the command deck.
So, actually, Tarvok is going to... Tarvok is actually going to take most of his items into the archives on the ship and kind of set up shop there. So he will be indisposed in the meantime. I'm guessing that the warband is then heading to the bridge at the first opportunity?
Yep.
Alrighty. Polonia is already there, and Aristide is sitting on the command throne. And
can I run into Polonia before this? Like, say something to Polonia before this?
Sure. She can probably walk towards you as you enter the bridge.
Sure.
I'm gonna look at her and just, like, marvel at her dress. Polonia, this garment is exquisite.
Oh, thank you. It's just... I've just taken to wearing stuff like this aboard the ship. It's just what, you know, the ladies here tend to wear. I haven't been doing a lot of doctoral work up here, I'll admit.
Have you stuck to your combat doctrines training?
Yes. I've been going to the range and making sure that I stay an accurate shot. Although I admit I haven't been on it as much as I was back when I was in the hive.
A noticeable difference you have found aboard the Unspoken is that its corridors are no longer cramped with pilgrims wall to wall. The lack of people gives the place a echoing feel to it.
It's been a lot nicer up here now that the pilgrims are gone, I have to say.
I'm still actually... No, I'm gonna cast Dionysians once more because I know who I'm looking for.
Yeah, go for it. Nope, Corn demands.
I'm gonna look at Rosalina a little confused and... Something wrong, Rosalina?
Nothing.
I just keep noticing you looking around. Or is there something that's worrying you or troubling you?
The location of that Eldari.
Oh. I don't know why you're so concerned with that. I'm sure she'll show up. She always tends to, once in a while.
Anyway. Carpath designed this newest dress for me. Handcrafted, interwoven fibers, mesh armor. The works for protection. And it shouldn't rip as easy.
That's good. Do you intend to keep wearing it into combat? And I'm gonna start looking over the dress, noting the stitching and the frills and all that.
Until I don my armor, yes.
Oh, fair enough. I haven't put on armor since I got aboard the ship, honestly. It's just been sitting in my room.
Can I roll awareness to see if there's any physical damage on Polonia? Like, I'm actually looking her up and down just to make sure she's okay.
Yes, roll an awareness test with a plus 20.
Alright, I still failed it.
Oh, damn. Actually, come to think of it, I am going to... Larisian, you can roll awareness as well. Do you even have it?
Me? Yeah, I have awareness.
Okay, roll awareness. I'm guessing you're not using the Auspex now.
No.
Alrighty. Did you add the plus 20?
No. No. You said I wasn't using the Auspex.
Oh, no. Like, Alexis got a plus 20, and she does not have an Auspex, I don't think.
Oh.
No, I don't.
Then no.
Yeah, it was just a flat plus 20. Just a flat plus 20. So, as Larisian is looking around, he notices an odd sight. He sees a Cyber Raven perched on one of the command consoles down in the pit. It seems to it looks back at you with its bionic eye, looking you up and down.
He's going to raise an eyebrow and kind of walk over to it. So, message perhaps? He's just going to say that to himself.
Caca! And as soon as you approach, it takes flight and disappears into the rafters, well, into the arches of the command bridge, where it blends into the shadows.
Now that is quite an interesting sight, to say the least. He's just gonna go back to everybody else.
Indeed. However, as Larisian returns back to the Warband, the main hololith strategium lights up, and you see before you a map of the Ascalon sector. So if you'll zoom out.
Too far out.
So, there is a blinking indicator rune denoting the location of the ship, which happens to be the hive world of Decilium, where you are currently anchored in high orbit. And Lord Captain Aristide gestures over to the strategium and then looks towards Lady Lockwood and says, "So, the sector is your oyster, Lady Lockwood. Where do you wish to go?"
We're heading to... And I'm going to look at Polonia. We're heading to her homeworld.
Oh?
Are we now?
Yes.
At this, there's a slight look of confusion on the Lord Captain's face, but he manages to recompose himself fairly quickly, as you say, though, as you can probably see by the map that void map that I currently possess, I do not have the location of said world.
Polonia?
Yes.
Give him the location.
Now, should I perhaps... Actually, Aristide looks towards Polonia and says, "Should I inform the good lady of why this planet is not on my star chart?
It's probably a good idea. Rosalina, you should know about this, even if it's a little bit trivial.
Go on.
So, the world of For Elise, where our dear Thalia is from, happens to be a paradise world of sorts. It was discovered, back in 55, I think? I forget. It's been some time. But ever since, the rogue trader that discovered the planet has kept it a secret for all of that time, and only the most distinguished guests are allowed to visit and spend obscene amount of their own geld. Make no mistake, Lady Lockwood, this is a trade secret that we are about to breach.
I'm just gonna look at him and just be like, I have my orders.
Do you?
That's actually a lie, but...
The note of orders, yeah, I'm gonna get...
Roll deceive.
I am going to fate point that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Let's see if...
Oh yes, yeah, he knows.
At this, Aristide raises an eyebrow and says, "As you command." And with that, Polonia, if you'd be so kind to strike in the location on my star chart.
I'm gonna hesitate for a moment. Right. Well, okay. And then I'm gonna enter in the location.
Alrighty.
I have to say, after seeing the wider Imperium, I can understand why Maximilian tried to keep it a secret.
It's like finding a Pegasus.
Actually, it's just for reference. I am going to type his name into.
It's okay.
Into
we know that
chat.
his name is Maximilian Pegasus. Yuki boy.
Yeah. You.
Maximilian, excuse me.
Yeah. That's.
Here I was thinking of a real name.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is 40k and everything is slightly off.
Fair enough. So I understand why Maximilian wanted to keep it a secret.
Yes. So, as Polonia inserts the navigation data into the strategium, Aristide starts bellowing out orders to get everything prepared to head out towards the Mandeville Point, and after he does so, he turns back towards Lady Lockwood and says, "Oh, there is one more thing that I forgot to mention." And he starts looking all around him as if looking for something, and he says, "You can come out now."
And out of the shadows, a slightly tall person will appear, covered in a entirely in a dark robe.
That was his idea, not mine.
It's awfully dramatic.
Yes, Lord Hunt sent a message ahead, and sometime later he showed up. He's been hiding away almost this entire time. I do not know, I honestly do not know even what his face looks like.
I'm gonna put my hand on my pistol. Remove your mask.
It's a hood.
Remove your hood.
He's going to drop his hood and reveal his face.
And you
What does he look like?
Well, he's...
He did roll his looks. Hold on, he should have... Yeah, he should have a description. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's a man.
Yeah, okay, so you see an... Wait, did you change his age too?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You see before you a man in his late 20s, about a lithe-looking man with tan skin and olive eyes. His hair is black. What's his haircut like?
Traditional Imperial Navy.
Oh, so
short.
crew cut. Yeah.
Yes.
And as soon as he reveals his face, Lorisian, you note the Cyberrevan comes cawing out of the shadows and lands on his shoulder.
So a spy, I see then. In reference to the Raven.
You would think so. Yes.
I'm gonna look curiously at Larisian as he makes the spy comment.
Ravens are very useful animals, good doctor. Useful in many, many ways.
Let me see your oath cock.
He will throw it over towards you, and then he will. Oh, where's my manners? My name is Ama.
Rosalina Lockwood. Or actually, I'm just going to introduce myself as Interrogator Lockwood.
Oh, I heard many things about you.
Hopefully all pleasant.
Is it strange that I have Benedict Cumberbatch in my head only because of how the voice doesn't match what he looks like?
That makes him so much better.
Would I have met Alma already, or would he be an anomaly to me?
He will... Well, he would not... This is the first time he would be meeting anyone outside of the Lord Captain.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Alma.
A pleasure to meet you too.
I'm going to start going over his oath cog. And I'm going to roll scrutiny against it, just because.
Go for it. Yep. His oath cog has all of the basic information that would be necessary for to travel on Desolium, and although there are distinct gaps of information that is missing, such as a planet of birth and occupation, though his name seems to check out, though there's only his singular name that he has given.
I'm gonna roll a logic check to check something really quickly. Okay, never mind.
Oh boy.
Rosalina's dumb as shit.
Yep, that is true.
I'm gonna look at it. Gaps in information. Similar to... And I'm gonna compare it to my own. Interesting.
Aside from the information that has been built up since your time on Desolium and your integration into that society, the information that you started with seems to be a match for this style of identification, at least for any oathcock that Hunt has given to any acolyte.
I'm gonna hand it back to him, and I'm gonna check to see if he's armed.
Roll an awareness, plus 10.
Jeez.
Nope. This man... Pri, roll for me a stealth against your awareness, just to see how it goes. Yeah. This man... You could not tell if this man is armed or not. Mostly it's the robes that's doing it.
He will also grab the oath cog and just hang it back around his neck,
Very well.
So, how long have you been working with our employer?
I am not at liberty to tell.
I'm just gonna shoot a downward glance at that.
Very
Well,
well.
with your skills. Sorry.
I couldn't hear you, Noble. You went beep boop boop boop.
Noble?
Oh, okay. Is it fixed now?
I think so.
Okay. Well, with your skills like that, or being able to hide in the shadows as such, I feel we may very well get along, Atma.
He is going to turn towards the person speaking, and who might you be?
The name is Ulrich Tassela. I'm quite like yourself. Enjoy the shadows.
And he will bow and say, "A pleasure to make your acquaintance."
And yeah, I'll bow in kind. Likewise.
With that, as Aristide has given out his final orders to get the ship floating on its way towards the Mandeville point of Desolium, he steps down from the command throne and approaches the group. I'm guessing you're behind the throne near the entrance?
Yep.
Yeah. So he looks over to Rosalina and says, "Lady Lockwood, do you mind if I steal away Polonia for a bit?"
I'm just gonna look at Polonia, look at him, and just give a kind of like a crooked smile, like I know what's going on. Of course.
Yes. I will. You will be summoned when dinner is ready.
I'll see you later tonight, Rosalina.
I got an idea. This will be funny.
Oh boy. Get ready. She's going to open up a warp rift or something.
Oh.
Damn it, it doesn't work.
Here, hold on.
Oh, you're going to do the same thing. Oh no.
Yeah, why not?
Oh boy. Oh damn.
Okay, what did you want to say to me?
Alright, so as we mind link each other, I'm just gonna say use protection.
Rosalina?
I
So
can't.
lewd.
I'm just gonna reply with, I don't need you being slowed down during our mission, and no, I will not give you time off for that.
Noted.
Now, go and have fun.
Right.
And time.
So, I wander off with Aristide.
Aristide, quick question.
Yes.
Where's Marino?
Oh, she is no doubt prowling around the ship somewhere. I do not keep particular track of her. She comes and goes usually as she pleases.
Very well.
So,
Hey Vicky, I have a quick question.
yes?
Since we're on the command bridge, would Larissa be able to look around and see for any signs of, well, repairs from battle damage?
You can roll an awareness with a plus 30 for this one.
Alrighty.
There you go. As you scan over the command bridge, you can see that there seems to be there is indication of recent repair on the command bridge, and there is, well, some consoles have been switched out. bullet holes have been patched up. Yeah, there seems to have been quite the fight. Even you can see in the small corners of various stations touches of dried blood that have not been properly cleaned up.
Oh, from that battle. Okay, I was looking for damage from, like, something bigger, but yeah.
No, that seems to be older damage.
Okay.
And
but yeah, that just raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, odds are the whole thing has been rebuilt since then.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. So, does anyone who is not Polonia want to continue the scene, or do you mind if I hop over to that one?
Go ahead and hop over there. I'm going to return to my room.
I'm heading back down to the hangar where my ship is.
Alrighty. Pre?
No, I'm good.
Okay, fair enough. And so, as Polonia and Aristide walk back to Aristide's chamber, he opens up what appears to be a liquor cabinet and proceeds to proffer 2 glasses to Polonia and says, Amasek?
Of course. And I'll start drinking with him.
Indeed. So, as Amasek in hand, Aristide is... he doesn't... I'm guessing Polonius sits down on a lovely leather upholstered couch.
Something like that.
Yeah. Before Aristide takes a seat, he stands before you with the glass held in his hand as he swirls the Amasek about and looks in thought at it. After a short silence, he takes a sip and looks towards you and says, I must say, Thalia, I've rather come to enjoy your company.
I'm glad to hear it. I've come to enjoy your company as well, Aristide.
Yes, and now that you're a fully sanctioned psyker, maybe we won't have such long time in between where we can travel the void on this ship.
That would be nice. It was interesting to spend those months away. It's kind of stunning the distances or the amount of time that I've been having to give away to this sort of thing. It's nice to have Rosalina back aboard as well, but there's something off.
About?
Well, she lied to us when we were at the command, or when we were looking at the map, and then that man's name is not what he said it was.
No. Something is afoot, but then again, this is the Inquisition. Although, I am curious if Rosalina is not receiving orders from anyone above, if this is a more personal endeavor.
She does seem to have some weird idea about my heritage that could be part of it, but if that's what it is, it's going to be dissuaded as soon as she meets my parents.
Oh, they still live?
They're both on, or I believe that they're both on planet.
Forgive me, I am so used to hearing the official story from the Scholar Progenium with war orphans seeking to join the crew.
Fair enough. No, my parents are both still alive. Honestly, I should, if you don't mind, I'd like to go to the astropathic relay and send a message ahead to let them know that I'm going to be coming.
Oh, that is perfectly fine. I do believe Johannes is more than capable. So yes, you can no doubt do so while before we translate.
Right. But that man's name was Larisian.
Oh. I shall keep that in mind.
If I find anything else out about it, I'll let you know. I don't understand why they were lying to you about his identity.
Worry not. I am quite used to navigating webs of lies and subterfuge.
Right. I guess I shouldn't be too concerned about it. It's just a lot of thoughts come back when I realize that Rosaline is here again, and then, well, I don't know, I guess it won't be the same. We have a long voyage ahead of us, and then I doubt anything eventful is going to actually happen on For Elise.
Well, he knocks on the finely carved wooden table in front. Well, I wouldn't say that. Not in rogue trader business. And Maxelian is nothing if not quite the businessman.
You don't think he's going to try anything when you arrive there, do you?
No, I don't foresee it, though he may hold a grudge in future, which will be absolutely worth the look on his face.
You don't think it's going to affect my parents, do you?
No, doubtful.
Alright. I can't help but worry.
Well, you're not the only one. And at this, he finally takes a seat next to you and slouches his shoulders a bit as he rests his arms on his knees and puts the glass of Amazec down. I found myself worrying these past few months.
About what?
Well, in all honesty, you.
What are you concerned about in regards to me?
Well, your general safety, I suppose. Your line of work, which is nothing if not extremely dangerous, even more so than mine, which says a lot.
I'm not going to deny that I've been thinking about it since the moment you told me Rosalina would be arriving here. You've seen the pile of weaponry in my room, I guess?
I have. It's something I wish you didn't keep in your room, but who am I to say?
It's just the nature of the job. When I signed up for all of this, I thought I was going to be some sort of battlefield medic. I didn't understand that I was going to be picking up rifles and killing people.
Well, I have watched you on the range. You seem to be natural at it.
I had no idea. I'd never picked up a gun before I had met Hunt.
Well, in that case, I do so hope you have the absolute greatest amount of firepower in your hands when you do run into trouble.
I do as well, but I don't think this is a line of work that I get to just retire from.
Well, I don't know about that. I suppose you could ask your master about it, but perhaps give it a few years.
Well, it's more than that, too. There's an investigation going on, and I worry about Rosalina.
Yes?
I just worry that if she goes off without me, that she's going to get herself hurt, and there's going to be no one there to fix her. The same goes for Tarvok, too. He could break down at any moment. I guess I'm not much of a mechanic, but I know that I keep his biological systems together.
True, but...
Speaking of which, did I miss anything? Was Harold Blackbeard never arrived on ship, did he?
No, I do not believe I saw him.
I'll have to talk to Rosalina about what happened to him later.
You can. Though, there is, to turn the matter of discussion back towards us and my worrying. I like what we have. It is normal. Well, as normal can be in my position.
That's true.
And I'm afraid. I'm afraid that if I ever were to hold you close, I would not be able to let go.
Are you scared of that kind of attachment? Or is it just because that you're worried that I could get hurt?
Well, if I do let you get close, and you were indeed to get hurt or killed in your line of duty, well, it would devastate me.
I see your point. It's a lot to consider, because you're right. I've faced mortal dangers that normal people can't even imagine. That I really couldn't have imagined before I joined this line of work, and I guess it's not humorous. I just can't help but try to make it lighter than it really is in order to cope with it. Still, I understand your concern, because I have the same concern for Tarvok and Rosalina.
Not quite.
No, I guess that's true. But I understand being scared for someone's safety.
So, what do you say we take it day by day and see if this goes anywhere?
I understand what you're saying. And that is fine. If I could just live on the ship and be safe, that would be wonderful. But I have to make sure that Rosalina is safe for the rest of her task. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe she's never going to be safe in that line of work.
Odds are no. Then again, you are on board a rogue trader vessel in Imperial space. While, yes, this is ostensibly a safe location, I do wish to one day head back out into wilderness space, and that is anything but safe.
I'm sure that I've faced dangers myself that are comparable to any sort of Xenos. Correct me if I'm wrong.
At that, you hear a small bell ring in the room, and Aristide says, "Ah, there we go. Saved by the dinner bell. Shall we join your colleagues?"
Of course.
Indeed. And with that, we fade out. Does anyone have anything else they wish to do on the ship before we time skip the journey?
I was just in my room brushing Reese's hair and washing her.
Indeed. Larisian, I guess, is hanging out in his own ship and doing whatever the hell he does. And the mysterious Ama is just walking around.
And doing Ama things.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
As it... oh my, there are so many jokes that can be made with his last name. So, with that,
I'm not gonna have to know it.
God damn it. So, with that, the Warband gets summoned to the Lord Captain's banquet hall, where a delicious dinner is served. Not quite as ostentatious as the one he served when you first got here. Well, the three of you that are still remaining. And but this seems to be a more personal affair, less designed to impress, and more an enjoyable dinner. Actually, does anyone want to have dinner conversation with anyone?
Yeah, as soon as I see her, I'm gonna ask Rosalina. So, Rosalina, is Harold going to be arriving at some point?
Harold's doing a personal matter.
I see.
I told him to take some time off to go and visit his child.
That's understandable, I suppose.
I've been sensing a bit of his thoughts lately, based mostly on his facial movements and my own Cynesians. He seemed troubled. Well, he seemed troubled. A little bit of personal time will do him some good.
Do you think so?
I do. And speaking of personal time, how are you two doing?
I've been much enjoying the company of Aristide. It's relaxing. It's nice to spend time with other people who are used to life aboard a ship.
And I'm going to look at Aristide and wait for a response.
He mirrors that crooked smile you gave before he left the command bridge. Looking a tad smug.
I'm just going to look at him and just be like, very well.
So, with that, after dinner has been served and the feast has concluded, Aristide launches into some rogue trader stories about the various colorful characters that he has met throughout the years or heard stories of. A particular story he goes off is there was one other character I remember, that being Sarvis Trask, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, he was supposedly quite unstable, and rumor has it he wanted to bargain with a forge world to buy a Titan. The story didn't tell what type of it, but what was important is he didn't actually want to use it as a weapon of war. He wished to mount it on the prow of his ship as an ornament.
That's blasphemy.
Well, when you have a lot of money between your hands.
I suppose that's probably not that expensive compared to some of the larger ships. Was he able to do it?
I honestly do not know. It didn't come with the story, but he certainly did try.
Aristide, I have a question for you.
Yes?
In all of your travels, have you ever run into any of the other Lockwoods?
No, I with certainty can say that I have not.
At that, I'm going to kind of like frown a little bit. Very well. I'm sure you've never been to Pravoska, have you?
No, I have not. What sector is that located in?
Didn't we agree that Sector Obscurus?
You're thinking Segmentum Obscurus.
Yeah, my bad.
Do you actually have a location for it?
We know it's next to Titan.
Titan is in Segmentum Solar.
Yeah, Segmentum Solar.
Those are two very different locations.
Wait,
yeah, let's go
Titan. Isn't Titan in the Sol system? We're talking about Titan, like Grey Knight Titan.
Yeah.
That's on Jupiter. A moon of Jupiter.
That's the Sol system.
I'm gonna ask him about that then.
Ask him about what?
Has he ever traveled to the Sol system?
I have not.
It's a bit much, but it's beautiful in its own right.
Oh.
Wait, So how did you end up all the way out here if you're originally from there?
I'm just gonna look towards Riza. I needed a doctor.
I guess I can understand that much.
But our lovable host, not you, Aristide, brought me out here.
So is that where the rest of your family is?
I'm just gonna kind of clutch my teeth at that.
As soon as Rosalina does that, Aristide puts his hands up and says, "Who's ready for dessert?"
Yes.
And go ahead, Pri.
The raven is going to look towards Aristide and caw.
Ah, good. I'll have some birdseed brought in.
Will laugh rather loudly.
So, and with that, we will fade from this scene. And I think, hold on, I'm gonna roll a d10 for this. So, oh damn. So with that, 2 weeks subjective in the warp pass as the Oath Unspoken travels along the Grand Processional. Actually, let's just go back to the map for this.
Oh, I did want to talk to Rosalina at some point during the
Oh,
voyage.
fair enough. We can do that. So, currently, the Oath Unspoken is going all the way here, past Juno, past Orinoca as a hive world, past Snope's world, and finally on to For Elise. It is during this travel time that that Polonia has a talk with Rosalina.
I'm just gonna be in my room with Riza.
Yep, I'll just enter your room. Rosalina, do you mind if I come in?
I'm gonna grab the pistol on my bed really quickly. Yes, Polonia. And I'm still having Riza sitting on my lap while I have a brush in one hand and a pistol in the other.
I'm gonna look at the pistol and raise an eyebrow before sitting down and looking back at you. So, what was with you, or what was with Larician not saying his name to the captain?
Larician has his reasons and his secrets. Maybe trying to keep up a disguise whilst aboard this ship. A little bit of subtlety goes a long way.
I guess, but do we really need to be subtle around Aristide?
He felt the need, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for it.
I guess. How long have you known Larician?
Truth be told, not very. A few months, maybe? We've trained a few times in the fighting cage. He's even helped me design this new dress.
I suppose that means he's fashionable. Is he nobility? Right, no, he told me that. That's right, he's part of the Serenas, isn't he?
Do not tell Aristide that.
Why?
There is a long-winded history between the two, and that is something I wish not brought up. Unnecessary drama.
Is that why he was lying about his name?
More than likely.
Is there anything I should know about Harold's departure?
Harold was under order to leave. I granted him additional time off to see his daughter.
Not quite. He requested to go on a personal thing. Hunt gave his blessing, but you were supposed to, like, give the final green light on that.
Yeah, and I did.
Yeah. So just to make clear that Rosalina said, yeah, you can go.
Well, whatever the case, it'll be nice to show you For Elise. Although I doubt you're going to need to carry that around when you're there, and I'm going to nod towards the pistol.
This pistol stays by my side at all times, just as my sword does.
I guess I've let myself grow too comfortable in the time I've been up here.
A bit. It's worrying.
I'll keep that in mind and start carrying a weapon again.
I'm gonna can go back to brushing Ariza's hair and wings because it has been some time. And I'm gonna actually stretch out her wing so that I can start brushing it down.
Okay. I think at that point, I wouldn't have much else to say. I'd kind of just... Well, Rosalina, if you need to talk to me, you know where to find me.
Oh my god. I need you to do something, but I can't tell you what to do. But I want you to do it.
Is it something mean?
No, it's psychic related.
Oh, you want me to... Yeah, I'll do a Sinisians.
No, not Sinisians, telepathic link.
Okay, I'll telepathic link.
Just so you can catch this really quickly.
Nope.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Well, unfortunately, Korn has denied us, and Amu is speaking in tongues.
I'm gonna nod to you and just be like...
Oh, and how has Tarvok been? He continues to get stranger and stranger looking every time I see him.
The ways of the tech priest is something that I don't understand. Personally, I view it as turning a light from the Emperor's perfection.
I'm not sure, although I do lean in that direction. I don't think I would find life as enjoyable if I had a body frame like that.
So, there is one other thing that I'd like to do before the journey ends, and I don't think anyone... Did anyone want to do anything else before I do this?
I was gonna go up to our new mysterious stranger and get to know him a little bit more.
Fair enough. Do you want to do that now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go down to the... I'm assuming this place, like my ship, has fighting cages.
Yes, it does. There are areas where one can practice. Mostly, it is mostly used by the Ansavor armsmen to keep up on their their hand-to-hand skills.
I'm gonna draw my sword unpowered and go there. And challenge their biggest
there?
and scariest guys.
Oh, fair enough. And, fine, I need you to... So roll an opposed weapon skill test against... Ooh, I know. Ooh, this is good. So, this will be an opposed weapon skill test. You happen to run into the commander of the armsmen, Jürgen Hessiel, who seems to be practicing with his men. So,
do I get all the benefits of my sword?
Yes, I do believe so,
I'll
but
just
only
roll it as
for...
though I'm striking him.
Yeah. So that would be a weapon skill plus your normal bonuses. He gets this. Whop! There you go. So, wow, he actually got more degrees of success than you.
Can I parry him? Because that's where I shine.
Well, that may be true. However, this is not simulated combat, or, well, combat in any sense. But this is just a simple test of weapon skill against weapon skill. And you do go toe-to-toe with him.
Can I spend a command point to give myself another degree of success? Fate point?
Fate point. Yes. In that case, you would equal him?
And then can I spend the last one to best him?
Ooh. That... Hold on. What is your weapon skill bonus?
My weapon skill is 51, and then I get plus 20 for Lioness.
Well, I'm going by characteristic bonus here.
Oh, it's a 51.
It's a 51. He has 52. Well, he has 50, so you would indeed have to use spend 2 fate points to actually best him in this bout. Are you sure you want to do that?
Yep.
Oh, goody. So, with that, you go 3 rounds against. Jurgen manages to win round 1, and Rosalina comes back from behind and is able to, with some stunning blade work, to best him 2 times in a row. So,
With
Pri,
that,
do you want
I'm just going to
go
wipe
ahead.
some sweat off of my brow and just swipe down Lioness and just be like, you're pretty good.
Thank you. The Lord Captain doesn't hire amateurs.
Out of the shadows, Amma will appear clapping, doing a slow clap with his hands. Much impressive.
And, well, slightly out of breath. Amma, you wanna... Whew. You wanna get in here too?
I could give it a shot, yes.
And I'm just gonna look at you. What is your close combat weapon of choice?
And then Amma is going to draw his 2 power swords.
Unpowered, I presume.
Yes.
Oh. All right. Let's go.
So, go to your weapons and roll as if you are rolling a single attack against each other. So that would be normal bonuses and all.
So mine's a 91. There we go.
Damn.
Yes. Yeah.
He won.
Damn it!
So, as you start the bout with Amma in the fighting cage, his speed and flexibility with his 2 weapons is something to behold. You find yourself struggling to keep back all of his attacks.
Damn.
I have to take a break. I will be back in a moment.
Fair enough. So.
Yeah. You're good.
So are you. May I ask who has trained you?
I'm trained by the Adeptus.
I see.
Not formally, of course.
Oh, you have piqued my interest.
What about you?
Imperial Navy, my lady.
I thought the Navy just pushed buttons.
Not all of us do.
Alright. And I'm gonna start sheathing my sword. And
Arma is going to sheath both his swords and bow his head.
I'm gonna offer out my arm for what's essentially a warrior's handshake.
He's going to discontinue the bow and stretch out his arm and grab yours.
And I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder. You fight well.
Thank you.
Having you by my side will be very appreciated.
Likewise.
And with that, Larisian, are you taking a stroll about the ship, yes or no?
Sure, yeah, why not?
Indeed. As you are walking through the Drunnels, taking in the various displays that you see before you, be that the Commercia Circe, actually, is it Cirque? Yeah, I think it's just that. Man, my French is bad. And you see, out of the corner of your eye, a slight movement in one of the alleyways of the Drunnels.
He's gonna... He's gonna go and follow it. Why not?
As you follow in behind the slight movement, you find yourself behind most of the stalls where loads of refuse and debris has piled up and is kept mostly out of sight from the concerning customers of the Drunnels. You hear a voice. You are an anomaly aboard this ship.
And what exactly do you mean by that? He's going to be looking around and slowly starting to reach into his coat.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Well, then perhaps you should show your... My apologies, I tripped over my words. Well, then perhaps you should show yourself, and I wouldn't have to worry about being attacked.
Turn
He's
around.
still going to be peering around. Alright, yeah, he'll do so.
As you do so, you see, emerging out of the shadows and uncloaking herself from the chameleon cloak, you see what can only be Morino, the aforementioned ranger aboard this ship. Her alien grace is off-putting as always, but she stares intently at you with those black alien eyes. I can see the aura surrounding you. Crap. Is there... Now, someone help me out here. Is there an Eldar word for soulstone?
Don't think so. I can look.
Hold on, I think I have a reference in one of the books. Let's see. It should be... Where is it? It would be somewhere around...
Waystone?
No, it's like in the Eldar language. Well, this is... I feel like this is something I should have known, but... No. Well, fair enough. She will say, rephrase what she said and say, You are a carrier of death. A soul that does not belong to you.
And how do you know of this?
I can sense it on you.
I see.
There is death and pain that surrounds you, and it is Eldari pain and death.
Yes, yes it is. An old friend of mine. A very dear friend of mine.
At this, she turns her head. I find myself incredulous of that, but I will give you one chance. When we land at our next destination, take the stone with you. When the time comes, you will give it up.
And why would you suggest I take it with me instead of keeping it safe where I always have kept it?
Because the inhabitants of the world we're going to can take better care of it than you.
I'm back. I'm so sorry about that.
It's okay. We were merely doing other things.
Okay.
Yeah. He's gonna kind of lean on his cane at that and just, well, think for a moment. And I thought this was an Imperial world we are going to. Under the control of a rogue trader, but Imperial nonetheless.
At this, you see Moreno scoff. Oh, Monkey with such short memories.
Well, I've never been to this sector beyond, well, prior, at least. Only heard stories of it. I've only been here 3 years, and from that time I've only been to a fraction of it. So, my apologies.
Are you actually lying?
No, he hasn't been here before 3 years ago. Before the,
Fair
Actually,
enough.
no, it would be 4 years now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be 4 years. But I kind of forgot parts of your backstory. I forgot if you were local or not.
Nope, his father was. He isn't.
Ah, fair enough. So, with that, she gives you one final meaningful stare as she backs once again into the shadowy corners of the Drunnels.
And he's just gonna sigh, and I'm still, of all these years, I still don't understand her motives.
As you are muttering to yourself, you can hear Tarvok calling your name. He seems to have located an excellent drinking locale.
Yeah, then I'll go and meet up with him then.
Indeed. And with that, we are going to translate back out of the warp and into orbit over For Elise. So, as the Oath Unspoken comes to rest in high orbit over For Elise, you can see the pristine world through the viewport of the command bridge. And, Polonia, it is exactly how you remembered it, with its vast oceans and green hillsides.
I will let out a sigh of relief and just stare in awe back at my home.
I'm gonna start walking towards the deck to look down at the planet.
Indeed. What you see before you is picturesque in some way. It is if an artist drew this world out of his imagination and painted it among the stars.
So that's what an ocean looks like.
You've never seen one before?
No. Pravoska is a hive.
Oh my gosh. That's so strange to think about. I was warned when I was leaving planet that it was going to be a shock when I saw how dreary other Imperial worlds were, but I didn't understand to what degree it would be. It's very comforting to return home in comparison. I don't know how you were able to just survive on some place like that without greenery or trees.
Oh, don't get us wrong. The Lockwood household did have greenery. And for the most part, I never left the upper hive.
But you've never seen a planet like this before. There weren't forests or great bodies of water.
No. I will admit, I'm surprised.
Are Larissa and Alma nearby?
I'm guessing that they are there too, unless they wish not to be.
I don't think
Yeah.
Larissa would be, because we're on the deck.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah,
he
no,
would
I
be
wouldn't
there.
be. I'd be
You
I'd be
never,
either in the Dronnels or at the ship.
you never know where Alma is. He can be anywhere.
Well,
Ooh.
I'll look around for him a little bit, just a little. And then... Well, you're in for a treat when we arrive on planet. I think you'll be quite delighted when you see what a waterfall looks like.
I've seen pics of a waterfall. Though
Are there-
I'm still confused how water defies gravity and ends up on top of mountains.
It's a complex process. Do you know how on Desolium it rains?
Yes, water evaps and rains. But a mountain
Well-
reaches the clouds.
Well, when rain falls onto a mountain, the water tends to pool into a valley, and then water takes the path of least resistance. So I suppose if you conceptualize it that way, it's just a lot of falling water taking the path of least resistance.
But would it not evaporate again or go into the ground?
Well, it does to some degree, but if there's enough of it, how much can the dirt really absorb? And then, of course, once it evaporates from the ocean, the cycle repeats. Oh, and I guess I took this one for granted, too. The water on For Elise is completely... You can run around in it, and all that will happen is you'll get wet.
What? There's no toxins?
No, not at all. I mean, I wouldn't recommend letting yourself get soaked because, you know, you could get sick. But, well, I guess even that isn't as big of a concern as it is on Desolium.
I'm gonna take a wild guess here. And I'm gonna say this. Marno, have you ever been to this planet?
Morino, who is standing on the bridge and overhears you when you say this, she will look over into you and say, "No, I have not." You can roll scrutiny against that if you wish.
That I do. Come on, pass. Nope.
Nope. She seems to be telling the truth.
I've never seen anyone like Morino on the surface. I can assure you of that. There have only been people there.
When you say someone, I'm gonna give you a look like someone.
So, with that, you see Aristide rising from his command throne and says, "First Officer Borges, you have the bridge. I will be going down planet." And he walks over to the rest of the warband and says, are we ready to go planet side?"
Yes.
You're all
Excellent.
in for quite a treat.
Indeed. I suppose you'll be taking your own transportation?
Yes, I will be going down in my Aquila lander.
Ah, of course. Do you mind if I
Not the
join?
lander, the Arvis lighter, my bad.
As he says, as you say this, something more dignified may be called for.
I'm just gonna kind of like give you a pouty look, like, fine.
What did you have in mind, Aristide?
Well, I saw that Aquila lander, that... what was the name you used again, Nubel?
Centennial Aquila.
No, what was the fake name you were using?
Oh, Uruk Tassalar.
Tassalar. I saw the Aquila lander that your pilot, I presume, Tassalar was came here in. That is a more dignified approach.
I am once again gonna kind of scoff at that, just be like, mine's efficient.
Well, do you say that out loud?
I'm actually gonna say that really low.
Fair enough. He won't reply to that. So, shall we? And he actually takes a step to stand next to Polonia.
I guess I should grab a few things before we go planet side, but other than that, I'll be ready.
Perfect. We will meet in the hangar. Yes, Smoke?
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna go and grab my, I'm gonna go grab my plasma pistol in addition to my other pistol, and then I'm gonna take my rifles, put them in a surgical case, take my other guns, put them in a bag, and yeah. Oh, and I'll put the carapace armor in the bag too, but I'm not gonna wear it when we land.
Alexis, any special weapon choices you want?
Yes, I'm gonna move my power armor to the Aquila lander.
Alrighty. That sounds pretty good. And just your normal weapons?
My melt-a-gun and my... Yeah, just my melt-a-gun out of the room and the brazier of holy fire.
Stash that in the lander too. Alrighty. And with that, as the warband gathers, Tarvok shows up last. He seems busying himself in the volumes of some book as he clanks along with his staff in his hand, a recap cup in another, and yes, he has a lot of hands to work with as he absent-mindedly scuttles aboard the lander. And with that, you take off. And you see yourself dropping into the landscape that is For Elise. And what you see is idyllic.
Like Flagstaff, but not as pretty.
Well, I wouldn't say that. With its perfectly blue skies, vast untouched forests, crystal clear lakes, majestic mountains, and a year-round temperate climate, For Elise is a world of beauty, crafted as if from a mind of an artist. You may be awestruck upon first laying eyes upon this gem, unable to speak as you search for words to describe what you are witnessing. Polonia explains that painters and authors are sponsored by wealthy patrons to flock to the planet inspired by its grandeur to compose their works. Master sculptors from Vux's prime have used the beauty of the world to inspire their works on many occasions when they could gain access to the world. And as... Go ahead.
This world is truly beautiful.
It's not like the rest of the Imperium. Well, at least as far as I've seen. But from what you and Aristide have told me, I'm right. It's something special. I didn't appreciate it, but I intend to now.
And so, as the Centennial Aquila, the name of the Aquila lander for Lurisian, you fly across the mountains and valleys, see rainbows sparkle off of waterfalls, and it is all so very pristine. Not an industrialized section in sight.
Can I roll awareness as we're flying over? I want to look for alien structures, like things that wouldn't seem, yeah.
Roll awareness with a +30 for being in the sky.
Rosalina, you are shown the most beautiful landscape you could have ever imagined. And what do? I check for heretics.
Yes. I'm Rosalina Lockwood. Heretics are everywhere.
Well, as you scan the surface, no, you are surprised by the fact that the lack of structures is somewhat surprising. However, you do note that upon the plains of this world, you see gigantic, shaggy-haired creatures roaming around in great herds, with some four-wheeled all-terrain vehicles driving about with what must be herdsmen.
And I'm just gonna keep peering down.
Those are one of our main means of income. I'm not sure what the rogue trader has planned for them, but I know that he's talked about them before.
And where is the cityscape that you grew up in?
It is a bit further along, and Larisian is heading towards it right now. One of the few settlements that is allowed on For Elise.
You'll have to wait till we get to a lower elevation. It's hard to notice that among the trees.
Indeed. So, as Larisian flies past the vast plains where the grazing animals roam around in great number, he sees his destination and the landing pad where he needs to go. So, you do not have to roll anything to land. That would be silly.
Alright, and he's just gonna call back to everyone who isn't, like, near the cockpit area. Alright, well, coming in. Shouldn't be too long. Just buckle in. Actually, with the dodgy hydraulics on the right wing.
And with that, you land and lower the access ramp down into For Elise City, the only one that is of any significance and worthy of the name.
Oh, what do you think? You can see the sky when you walk through the street.
It's quite beautiful. If it was about a lot colder, it would almost remind me of home.
Really?
Yes, the belt area at least. Everywhere else is just a desolate wasteland. Cold. Or...
I mean, it'll get cold sometimes, but I've never seen...
No, you have never seen snow.
Yeah. I was like, would I even know what snow is?
Well, maybe. If you know about weather patterns and the evaporation and perspiration
Yeah, you're right.
weather things, you probably picked up what snow is. You know what the concept of snow is.
The rain never freezes here. We never end up with those frozen wastes.
Well, it doesn't have to snow. It snows everywhere in Ecuador. It's quite beautiful, honestly.
Who's departing the ship first?
I am gonna get out of the ship. Like,
Indeed.
immediately.
I will definitely be leaving the ship.
Yeah, same. Well,
As... Oh, go ahead.
I would go out last.
Alrighty. And as Rosalina descends the ramp of the Aquila lander, she finds she is met by a what the hell? I am totally blanking on. Like, what do you send to go
Ambassador.
meet? Not an ambassador. It's a group of people that are sent to take to
Ballet?
take wow,
Escort?
no, it's
I'd go with valet.
I am totally blanking
Welcoming
on this.
committee?
Yeah, thank you, welcoming committee. Blah, wow, thanks. That was way more difficult than it should have been. So
Okay, vocab's hard.
yeah, it is. So as Rosalina steps down off the ramp and onto the landing pad, she sees a welcoming committee of 4. They appear to be a man dressed in the fine livery of the Vor dynasty, and 5 of his armsmen that are standing at attention, weapons held but not aimed. Ah, greetings, and who might you be? You see before you a short, older-looking man with combed-over gray hair, who seems to have tried all he can to give it a bit more volume than it should have, and failing slightly. He inquires about you.
Oh. I am Lady Lockwood of the Lockwood household of Pravoska.
And with that, he produces a data slate and scrolls through it. I must say, you are not on the list of guests that have been scheduled to arrive on For Elise. I will have to ask you, how did you manage to find out the location of this place?
Oh.
It is, no doubt, as you know, a highly guarded secret.
I am a personal guest and friend of her.
Do you
Oh,
point
crap.
at Polonia?
I'm gonna look directly at Polonia.
And who might you be? The ambassador asked.
My name is Thalia Polonia. I left world almost a year ago.
At this, he taps onto the data slate screen and seemingly pulls out a file and says, I don't have a Thalia on record, but I do have members of the crew. You wouldn't happen to be related to Theodore, would you?
I'm his daughter.
Oh, That
But
is...
I'm not on record. I should be. I lived here all my life.
Well, did you happen to leave at some point?
I left almost a year ago.
That must have been some error on our part. I shall do what I can to have your status reestablished, though the Lord Captain must be informed about this. As he says this, Aristide actually steps down from the ramp and says, speaking of the Lord Captain, where is old Maxillian? Is he planet side? At this, the ambassador flusters a tiny bit and says, yes, he is, but how did you manage to get here? And the ambassador recomposes himself. Oh, worry not. I am also a good friend and business partner. As he also looks he looks over the group, not singling anyone out in particular. Duly noted. And he scribbles something down on his slate, where he says, seeing how you're already here, you will be granted temporary access to For Elise, though I will have words with the Lord Captain Vor to to see how to best handle this situation, you will be contacted in some time.
I can't take the risk of doing this.
What do you want to do?
Suggestion.
Oh boy.
Oh, you totally have to do it. Actually, I'm gonna try to telepathic link the guy too to try to read his mind.
Oh boy.
Sure, let's see what happens. I'm gonna kill everybody.
I'll let you go first.
Yay!
What are you going to try and convince him of? Remember, small but crucial lie.
1 second.
Maximilian,
What do you guys got? Like, what is our plan?
Maximilian already knows about us.
Okay.
Tell him
yeah.
that.
Maximilian has been expecting us. Or whatever his actual name is.
Maxellian.
Yeah, we're at Duelist Kingdom.
God damn it.
Wait.
Starships.
Point being, yeah, he already knows we're here. Don't need to bother him with that.
Well,
That's exactly what I'm going to say.
Oh. Alright, this guy is going to roll for a willpower test. Let's see if he can resist it. Boop. Hold on, I need to double check something. If suggestion is an opposed skill, because if it is, he just made that.
With a challenging +0, it's challenging.
Well, I need to double check something.
I'm looking at its rolling right here.
Yeah? Could you post the info on it?
Oh yeah, I could just do that.
Thank you. Let's see. The psychic convince. Oh, it is an opposed test. Okay. The psychic opposes blah 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 with challenging willpower. Okay. So because of that, you got more degrees of success, which is exactly what we're looking for, and you win the opposed test.
I'm gonna try to read his mind now.
Alrighty, go for it. He will roll willpower again. Let's see. Oh, he's fine.
Dang it.
You do not breach his mind the second time. So, with that, he says, he shakes his head a bit and looks back at the slate and says, "Yes, I suppose he should not be interrupted at this time." And he then prints out he has a strange device on the back of his slate where you see some oath well, I say oath paper. It's think of it like purity seal paper, like that kind of width. You see three, actually, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 different papers print out of the back of his slate, and he hands one to each of you and says, "Do not lose these. These are your temporary passes on For Elise." And of course, and when he hands it to Poloni, he says, "And of course, your status will be rectified in due time."
Right.
Again, I apologize. This must have been some administrative error.
Well, those do happen, but it would be pretty unfortunate if I had arrived here and been refused landing on my home planet.
Yes, that would have been awful, but this is not quite the Imperium. You would not have been shot down on the way here.
I'm gonna look over to Polonia and just kind of like go, my bad.
iPad?
My bad.
No, my bad.
Oh, my bad. Whoops.
Yeah, she goofed up there. I'll take the temporary permit and nod and say, well, so long as you get things sorted out, I mean, it's not an issue. Here I am and everything's fine.
Indeed.
Just be sure to bring my concerns to the administrators.
I will.
I'm gonna go on closed circuit comms when we're slightly away from them so they can't overhear us.
Hmm?
And I'm just gonna be like, yeah, sorry about that, Polonia.
Did you have my clearance deleted?
More than likely, our host did.
I see. I hadn't even thought about that.
I thought about it the second that we landed. Well, the second that I said that, because my records have been deleted from Provoska.
I had no idea.
In fact, the only one that knows this is Kieran and Roseless.
Well, we're women without identities, it seems.
Yes.
But wait, how did you get along on Dissolium without any clearance?
Dissolium was different. I got a clearance through our host.
Right.
But, nevertheless, we're on your home world.
And as a slight retcon, when the first thing that you noticed when you got out of the ship was not the ambassador and his welcoming committee, it was the air that you breathed. It was the purest you have ever breathed in your entire life.
It's like breathing in the country. So much nicer than a city.
Has Ren ever actually been in a place like that?
Nope.
Oh, you're just going by the real world.
You'd probably start freaking out, being like, is air supposed to be like this? It should hurt, right?
No.
Why isn't it rasping my lungs? Ah, what is going on? What is this heresy?
Why doesn't it burn?
I miss the burn.
I miss the burn. Where? Why is everything so nice?
Gotta find them heretics here.
Are mice going to let his raven fly free?
Indeed. And Trap flies about as he soars on the thermals of this place. And he seems to have immediately located a forest and seems to be heading that way. He will no doubt be back.
And Larson's just gonna grab that item. Yeah. Slip it into his pocket, I guess.
Indeed. So, with that, as he does so, Aristide turns toward Poloni and says, "So, where to first?"
I suppose we should go find my parents first. I haven't seen them in months.
Well, a year.
Yeah, a year.
Actually, it's a bit more than a year, I think.
Yeah, you're right. It has been more than a year. Poloni,
Yeah.
I need to update her age.
Yeah, holy crap. +1 age for everyone.
Poloni is
Actually,
25.
no. Actually, +1 age for just Tarvok, Polonia, and Ren.
No, we're not gonna plus an age to Ren.
Why not?
I like that.
Why not?
Because that would reveal her age.
Well, you don't have to tell us.
Nope.
You just
Not
+1
updating
to
her
it.
age.
Whatever it was, it's now one more.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you. You're older than... Well, I don't know. There's a joke version in Icelandic, and I can't translate it. It doesn't fit. So, with that, you head into into For Elise City. It is, yes, as idyllic as the rest of the countryside, with its cobble-laid streets and marble housing. You see people walking around, mostly foreign dignitaries and great powers that are here on leave on this paradise world, and with many a shop selling luxury wares and other such items.
I'm gonna like walk by one of the shops really quickly and just like turn my head to look inside it.
Indeed. You seem to have found a tobacco shop.
Ew. Gross.
It seems to be selling pipeweed and other such accessories. All of it seems very high quality, with artistically crafted pipes and other such things.
Oh, Rosalina, you just don't understand. I never would partake in this kind of thing back when we were on Distolium, but when you go out into the countryside and you sit down and you just have a little bit of a smoke, it really can just take the edge off and make things so idyllic and peaceful. It's something I used to do when I was a teenager before I left to the fleet for Medicaid Scala.
Mope. Anyway.
What?
I'm just gonna look at her and just be like, no, that's not something I would be interested in. Though
Indeed.
This shop is. And I'm gonna look at a clothing shop.
Indeed. There seems to be a... there seems to be a... what the hell is a fancy dress shop called? I am blanking on this. Babe, what's it? A boutique. Well, it's more of a... It's more of a custom kind of store. Babe, what was the store in the Kingsman movie called?
It was just called Kingsman.
Damn. I was wondering what kind of store.
A boutique or a tailor.
Or a tailor? Well, yeah, let's call it a mix of the two. A mix of a boutique and a tailor where splendid dresses are displayed out in the windows, and you can see that they also seem to take custom jobs. Do you wish to shop?
I will after session.
Fair enough. So, handling all of that off session, you carry on with your journey through.
Actually, wait. I do want to say this really quickly. Laversian, what do you think of this one?
What now?
She's asking Larisian what he thinks of that dress.
Oh, okay. Right. Oh, I was confused.
Yeah, I was also confused. It looks rather... Yes, it looks rather nice, actually. A lot better than what you always wear.
This one was tailor-made by both of us. That is an insult to you as much as me.
I said what you usually wear, not what you are currently wearing.
I mean,
what you're wearing now.
I don't think anyone can be faulted for not being the best. Just because your dress is beautiful doesn't mean there aren't prettier ones.
Fine. I'm gonna go in the shop and buy the dress.
Fine, roll influence plus 20.
I'm gonna give a concerned look over to Larisian, like, did I say the wrong thing?
Don't
oh my god!
Holy crap.
You walk in there. Oh.
As you walk in there and ask for the price on this on that particular dress, you come to realize that you did not bring that amount of money with you on this trip.
I'm just gonna kind of walk out defeated, like...
The clerk turns their nose up at you, like,
Meh. Plebeians bringing no money.
Amma is going to go to the tobacco shop, by the way.
Indeed.
I'm just gonna kind of look at Larisian like... I don't want to talk about it.
As he enters the tobacco shops, he sees a wall lined with barrels of various types of tobacco. Most of them appear to come from the world of Cell, or at least that cluster of worlds.
He's going to look around with big eyes.
As you are looking around, an older gentleman in a tailored vest and and black pants, walks up to you and says, "Ah, good morning, sir. Might I interest you in perhaps a sample?"
Of course.
Indeed. If you come with me here, we have some of the finest rattling pipeweed, if you would be so inclined.
He is going to follow him.
Ah, this way, sir. Now, and he trails off in the speech on some great tangent regarding the quality and absolute bliss one will experience once you try the rattling pipeweed. According to him, it is the greatest thing since the Imperial Lasgun.
Amma is just going to smile and nod all the time.
Yeah. Is he? And when once he has gone through his speech, he does ask once you have. He gives you a sample and lights it up for you. I'm guessing Amma takes a few puffs.
Oh, he most assuredly does.
Yeah. As he does, he feels that there is a wonderful smoky flavor to the pipeweed, and it is quite smooth on the throat.
Oh, this is most wonderful.
Ah, may I interest you in a packet to take along? Perhaps a complimentary pipe?
Yes.
Excellent. With that, I need you to roll for me influence plus 20.
I'm going to fate point that.
Oh, damn. Go on. Do it! Yeah, there we go. Sweet. So, with that, Amma produces the correct, the amount of currency needed, which is, he recognizes as being surprisingly steep, but then again, the clientele of this world is floating in money, and something like this is just an afterthought for them, but Amma does indeed receive his packet of rattling pipeweed and a complimentary pipe. What animal is carved into the pipe by an specialized artist?
The raven, of course.
Ah, good choice, sir. It is a favorite among most of the younger nobles that come here.
At the notice of being, well, compared to a noble, Amma is going to slightly blush.
Now, if was there anything else I can help you with?
This will be all. Thank you very much.
Have a good day, sir. Emperor protect.
Emperor protects.
Indeed. So, as Amma steps out of the tobacco shop, he notices Ren walking out of the boutique with a slightly defeated look on her face.
I didn't even want that dress anyway.
Well,
Stupid.
you know,
Mine's better.
Well, hey, you know, there are other stores we could go to. Let me show you one.
Indeed.
I'm gonna take them to a flower store.
Oh, perfect.
Or a florist.
A florist, yes. So, Polonia takes the Warband and Aristide to a local florist. Is this someone that she would know?
Yeah, we could say it's someone I know.
Alrighty. Just, you know what? Take it away, Mope. This is pretty much your scene.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna walk in, and you're just gonna see that there are just gonna be rows and rows and rows of exotic flowers of all sorts of different colors and structures. Things that, like, would be so exotic with some of them, you'd look at them and you'd be like, is that even a flower? And then, sure enough, like, yeah, it'd be a continuous segment of them. It'd be really open, too. Like, you know, the door would be open. I would start talking to the florist, who would be an older woman. I'm just like, yeah, it's nice to be back on World. And, yeah, just lots of beautiful flowers.
The florist, whose name... Let me just grab a name quick, unless you get one before me, Mope. Say it now. Let's just call her Castella.
Yeah, that works for me. We can call her Castella.
Indeed, Castella the florist. As you are, as you do catch up with Castella, she is overjoyed to see you again, as you used to be a frequent guest of her shop, and she quickly catches herself and says, "Oh goodness me, you simply have to go talk to Mara. Have you seen your mother yet? How long have you been here?" She seems to be babbling a bit.
I'll tell her that no, I've only been here on world for I don't even think we've been here for more than a few hours. But I did send a message ahead that I'd be here. They should be expecting me.
Oh, she'll be overjoyed.
Although I doubt they'll have room for all of my associates, but
well, actually they did move recently. Did they not tell you?
No, I hadn't received any messages of that. Are they still in the city?
They are. They moved a bit further up onto the hill. You can't miss it when you see it. And she gives you the instructions to get to your parents' new house.
Oh, I'll have to go there as soon as we get done here. It's just we just got off the ship and everyone was so taken up by the market.
Oh, of course.
I kind of understand what you meant now when you warned me about going off-world. It's definitely different out there.
Oh, yes. It's, I do believe I'll stay here for as long as I can. And, Vor is a wonderful patron of the arts.
That's true. I hope he's able to keep the world protected. Oh, there's not a lot of words to describe the wider Imperium, are there? It's nice to be back home.
Yes, it's so nice to see you, Polonia. You see, out of the corner of your eye, you see Aristide walking around examining the different flowers. And he picks out a... Actually, you know what? Polonia, no, Mope. Describe a purple flower.
It would have 6 petals with fine sepals under it on a long stem. That would be, like with that little bit of fuzz, it'd be like a thicker one with the fuzz.
Indeed.
It'd be a bigger flower too. And then you'd have the stamens would be drooping out of it, and it would be big, wide, and open, while towards the center it became more of a white color.
Perfect. And Aristide looks towards Castella and says, "How much for this one?" And Castella names a price, and Aristide immediately drops the thrown gelt on the counter, and looks towards you, Polonia, and says, "Hold still." And he puts the flower in your hair.
I will smile and stay still as he does so, and get extremely excited after he does.
There we go. Now you have something of your world from me.
You are too sweet, Aristide.
Oh, don't mention it.
And I'm just sitting here like... just looking over at that dress while surrounded by beautiful flowers.
I'm still looking
beautiful flowers that, are probably super cheap to just buy one.
Is there a flower here like Edelweiss at all?
Edelweiss?
Yeah.
Mope, help me. I don't know this.
Yes.
There would be. Larician's gonna pick one up and he's gonna, try and buy it.
Indeed. That would be an influence plus 40, because the flowers are a touch cheaper than the other luxury goods. Yep, easy.
So, and he's just gonna put it on his chest, like in a little pocket,
like
sticking out.
Lapel?
Yeah.
Indeed. Hold on, Mope, can you send me a picture of what that looks like? Because I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
It's an alpine flower, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
All moons
So,
speak to
yeah.
me.
It would have grown, she would have had to have picked it from the mountains. Or gotten the original plant from the mountains.
So, does anyone wish to hang out in the market further, or are you going to head on towards House Polonia? Ah, there we go. Okay. Thank you, Nooble and Mope. So,
Amma is just walking along, huffing and puffing on his pipe.
indeed. Actually, Rab returns to you and coughs on your shoulder. Apparently, he seems to be enjoying himself.
I'm going to offer the pipe to the Raven or to Raffen.
He looks at it curiously and then flies off again.
When I see that, I'm gonna tell Alma. Oh, when we would go out into the woods as kids, when we brought our animals with us, we would just blow the smoke into their face. That tended to, you know.
I shall try that.
Indeed. So, you head further up the hill away from the market, and as per Costello's instructions, you arrive at what must be the new House of Polonia, and you head inside. As you walk up the cobbled street through the open gate, no guards posted anywhere, you arrive at a great wooden door, which and is encompassed by I'm not sure where I'm going with this, but it is it appears to be a small-ish manor of some type, not as grand as Lockwood Manor or as imposing or grim or dark for that matter. It is mostly built of marble and mahogany, as the structures in this place seem to have been spared no expense by its original builders. So, knock knock.
Oh, this place is quite lovely. Small, quaint, but very lovely.
Oh, it's bigger than the house I grew up in.
Indeed. It seems that your parents have moved up in the world, literally and figuratively.
Oh, I will knock on the door.
Dunk, dunk, dunk. And a few moments later, an older-looking woman with... Actually, you know what, Mope? This is your parents. You might want to describe both of them.
So she's the shorter woman. She's skinny, but she's skinny, but she's older, and she's got a little color to her skin. She's got brown hair that's longer. She wears big, thick glasses. Kind of has a longer nose.
And as soon as she opens the door, she pulls her hand in front of her mouth as she gasps, and then rushes towards Thalia to embrace her and says, "Oh, Thalia, it's been so long. I was so worried something had happened to you."
I told you while I was coming by the astropath. Didn't you get the message?
We did. It arrived just recently. We thought you wouldn't arrive for some time.
Really? Oh. Well, I guess that's the nature of traveling by ship.
Yes, and astropaths being notoriously unreliable. But enough of that. She stands back up and finally seems to notice the rather eclectic group of people that are gathered with her. Oh, and are these your work colleagues?
Yeah, you could say that. This is... Well, I suppose that's not true. This gentleman. Mom, this is Heresy. And then this is... I guess you could say she's my boss. This is Rosalina.
I'm gonna bow my
go
head
ahead.
slightly.
I am Mara Polonia. It is a pleasure to meet you all.
The second I bow my head...
What are you gonna do?
Casting Psyniscience.
God damn
She
it.
wants to know if my mom's an elf.
God damn it. Why?
Sorry, but she's a garden gnome.
Dun dun dun.
No, Alexis, you have to go to Iceland to get an elf spotting certificate.
Oh my
So,
god.
as you incline your head and Mara Polonia is busy greeting the rest of the guests, you extend your psychic sense towards her, and no, there is not a speck of sigh in this woman. She does not appear to be latent or otherwise.
Oh, I'm also going to introduce her to Tarbok after that, and then note that. Oh, and these are also my associates, Alma and what was your fake name again?
Ulrich.
Ulrich.
Yeah.
Yep, and I'll introduce you as Ulrich.
Ulrich the Slayer.
Thasilar?
Thessalar, yeah.
Yeah, Ulrich the Slayer. Got it.
That is literally the influence for his name.
I don't care about demonetization. Seriously, F off.
Hey, it was what came to mind really quickly, okay?
How did I not?
Actually,
you know
I'm
what?
the one that sees through all of this.
Props to you, Nooble. I did not catch that reference, and it's a good footy reference. Hot damn.
Well, after I get done introducing my mom to everyone, I'm gonna ask her, is Dad working late tonight? When will he get here?
No, he's in his study. Oh, of course, you went before he retired.
Oh, he doesn't work with Maxillian anymore.
No, he was able to get his pension, and we moved to a bigger place since you had moved out.
Oh, fair enough. I guess you don't have to worry about the expenses of me anymore.
No, though. She laughs a bit at this. You were never too much to handle.
I guess not. And now I'm back. There's so much I want to tell you. There's so much I wish I could tell you. But we'll have time for that. You should probably show me where Dad's at.
Actually, slight retcon. When she does embrace you, she notices all of your... Wait, you're carrying, like, most of your guns either in the case or on you, right?
Yeah, I've got the case with me, and then I'd be holding, like, I have my medical bag over my shoulder, and then that would be having, like, the armor and the guns in it. So when she hugged me, she would definitely notice the plasma pistol and the other gun that I had, or the
when she does, she gets a concerned look on her face. Oh my, this is quite the change. You've quite taken to weapons, haven't you, Polonia? Thalia, she says. She'd never call you just that.
Yeah, you're right. I look at her and kind of shrug and say, I guess that's the nature of my new career.
Well, in any case, please come inside. Theodore is no doubt anxious to see you.
Right, I'll have to go in and at the very least say that I like the new house.
Indeed, and
Alvin and Simon. Where's Alvin and Simon?
Stop it, Alexis.
Shut up.
God damn it. Was that from Shad?
No.
Goddamn. So, in that case, you move into here. And you see that the inside seems to be continuing the motif of marble and mahogany. And you also see that a good deal of the interior seems to have some botanical aspect to it.
Well, Polonia?
It's definitely a lot. I recognize some of these pieces. This one was in the living room back when I was a little girl. They've definitely acquired quite the collection since I've left. I guess Maxillian is paid extremely well in their retirement.
Well, yeah, your father did work for him as a seneschal for quite many years. I've never met the new replacement, but I suppose he's just some boring number cruncher.
Well, I guess you could break down what Dad does to that, but he always seemed to think it was more.
Well, your father is anything but boring.
What does he do now?
Well, he mostly tends to his flowers. You do so know how he liked tending to his garden. He took it to a bit of an extreme now. I help him where I can.
Well, I saw the grounds. I'm assuming there's a yard out back as well.
Oh, there is indeed. I do believe he acquired some native animals per license. By that she explains that there is a pond of what the hell are they called? It is Kaleida. So a pond of For Elise and Kaleida, which are usually harvested naturally, but it seems that a permission was granted to have a few.
I remember. Oh, sorry.
Oh, think Japanese kai fish. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that name correctly.
It's koi, but if they were kai fish.
Oh, goddammit. Sorry, koi fish. My bad.
Oh, okay. I don't think you speak that language, so I'm not going to fault you for it. But,
Dishonorable.
I'm going to look at my mom and say, I remember I wanted a Rothel when I was a little girl, and you both told me no.
Yes, and we tell you no to this day. Those things are awful. They're huge and hairy and smelly and ugh.
Well, the smelly is where you finally got me, but you can't tell me that they're not cute.
At a distance, maybe.
Anyway.
At this, I'm just going to think of the glass steed that we saw and were using for a while.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, well, they're bigger than that. Think like...
They're like buffalo-sized, right?
Kinda. Well, even bigger than that. They have
Elephants.
They have size 6, which is the hulking trait, and I think they move way slower than... Actually, yeah, think just gigantic buffalo.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a big furry rhinoceros without the horn.
Yeah, that kind of. Actually, it's barely described. Let me see what the description for the damn things is, and you can think of them in whatever way you wish. So,
however you describe them, they're cute now.
Yeah, let's see. So, here's a description for a Rothel. These creatures are a prime expert of For Elise, a valued source of meat. Their milk is also considered a wondrous tonic to soothe stomach ailments. They don't have a better description than that, which is shocking.
No.
Oh, hold on. I may have found something. Ah, here it is. Let's see. Polonia explains that rogue trader Vor established 4 ranches across the southern half of the largest continent, allowing the herd animal a great deal... Did I miss something? No, I did not. A great deal of freedom and to roam and graze. The tens of thousands of animals housed across these locations provide a smell that most find intolerable, and visitors to the ranches regularly wear rebreathers. The local workers find this amusing and have grown almost immune to the stench, and all other smells in addition. So, that is the best description of the Rothel I can give, other than giant, shaggy, graze animals.
I'll go ahead and say under my breath as we're walking over to my dad's office to the Rosalina. See, the way she convinced me when I was younger to not want one anymore is they took me out to one of the ranches. And the moment that we got close, I realized that maybe not the right animal for me.
I mean, to each their own. The Provoskin house had a few of the cyber mastiffs, but that's about it.
Well, you see, the issue was, charnel houses smelt nice in comparison.
As you think
Oh
back,
my.
as you think back to the charnel house situation and the smell that went even through the rebreather, you get a fairly disgusting idea of what these animals smell like.
Yeah. Very well.
So, as you walk up a flight of stairs and further down a hall, you arrive at an open door into what must be Theodore Polonia's study. As Polonia, I'm guessing she's going first, as she walks in, she sees that most of the furniture from your father's old study has been moved fairly intact in here. Most of the books seem meticulously placed in the same way. And behind a study, you can see your father sitting down, and he appears to be writing on a scriptorium engine. That's a it's a typewriter.
Okay. Well, when I walk in, I'm just going to say, hey, Dad.
And as he is clicking away on the engine, he clicks and stops and looks up at you and what does Theodore Polonia look like?
He would be slightly taller than my mother. Actually, he'd be about 5'9", so not a tall man, but not a short man. He definitely would be. He's gotten a bit fatter in his older age. I wouldn't say that he's like really big or anything, but he's definitely got like a belly. And then he probably have short brown hair. And yeah.
He looks and he sees you, and when you say, "Hi, Dad," and he looks in stunned amazement and then slowly rises up from the table and removes his reading glasses and rushes forward to embrace you as well. Oh, Thalia. Oh, it is so good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you too. It's been so long.
My goodness, what is all this? As he points towards your weapons.
I have a new profession now. You have to understand.
Well, are you still putting your Medicaid training to use?
At that, I'm gonna say yes. Yes, she is.
Oh, and she looks at, and Theodore looks at Rosalina standing in the doorway, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead. Oh.
This is Rosalina. I guess you could say she's my boss.
Oh, Lady Rosalina, I take it?
Lady Lockwood.
Oh, Lockwood, my apologies. I am Theodore Polonia, master of this household and father of little Thalia here. He is standing quite a bit taller than Thalia.
Believe it or not, this guy stands at my exact height.
Yeah, he does. He's the same height as you. But I am 5'3" compared to you two, so...
You bitch.
I am tiny.
Hee hee. So, and how has Thalia been performing in her new vocation?
Incredibly well. In fact, she's saved my life on multiple occasions.
Ah, fancy that. You don't seem to have taken too much damage as he looks you over.
Thalia does very good work.
It's been harder to keep her together than you might imagine.
She seems whole enough. Oh, and I'm guessing that you've already walked in now, and the rest is like filing in. The study isn't that big, but it does accommodate the entire group. And as the entire group is inside, Theodore takes in this strange group and other colleagues of yours, Thalia?
Yes, this is Tarvok. This is Ulrich. This is Anna. This is Aristide.
Oh my! As Theodore immediately recognizes the jacket of the signature jacket of a rogue trader, the deep red with the golden lapels, and Aristide steps forward and shakes Theodore's hands and says, "Ah, your daughter has told me many great things about you, Seneschal Polonia." And Theodore, when he lets go, shakes his head and says, "Oh, I'm retired now. I just tend to my flowers and my family." But did Maxelian invite you here? He looks over at you, Mope. Thalia.
No. I came here of my own volition.
Oh, did you go through the proper channels to get them here too? You hopefully didn't breach any protocol.
At that, I'm just going to say, of course not.
Roll deceive.
I'm gonna start. I was gonna look at everyone, but as soon as Rosalina does that, I'm just gonna look in horror at her. Like, you just lied to my dad.
Let's see. Oh, he does not. And with that, there is a sigh of relief and says, "Ah, good. It would be most unfortunate if Maxelian were to be were to be." Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna interrupt my dad and be like, "Well, actually, we don't come here on Maxelian's authority. We come here on a higher authority."
At this, his eyes go a touch wide and like, higher than the rogue traders?
I'm just gonna look at her and just be like,
Is it a bitch please look?
I got an idea.
Oh
God,
boy.
I hope this works.
No. Oh, you've been rolling okay so far. We're due for a psychic phenomenon. Nope.
So you're from the Adeptus Terra or something.
Alright, I'm gonna telepathic link you and just be like, what are you getting at?
That's what I'm gonna say in my mind. Say you're from the Adeptus Terra or something. We can't lie to my dad.
I was just gonna say ecclesiarchy.
Then say ecclesiarchy.
Okay, stop. The mental argument has gone for 5 seconds.
I'm just gonna look at where with the ecclesiarchy.
Oh, that is actually rolled another deceive plus 10.
Can I assist her? I'm gonna be like, yeah, Aristide, he does all sorts of things for the ecclesiarchy. He runs pilgrims for them.
That's a wonderful assist. Plus 20 for Alexis.
Oh god, I needed that.
Yeah, you did.
He can actually spot you if he rolls well. He does not. Whew.
Okay.
Oh boy, you are walking a tightrope with possibly the least intimidating man in this setting.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. So with that, he says, "Oh yeah, yes, I have heard great things that Aristide has done for the ecclesiarchy. My condolences about lost crew during the Dynasty War. Such a shame." And Aristide says, and Aristide replies, "I humbly accept your condolences." Yeah, let's call it that.
He's going to make an uncomfortable noise at that and just kind of shuffle a little bit further away from Aristide.
Hot damn. Oh boy. So, Polonia, Thalia, he says, wow, I'm so used to calling you that.
Okay.
Thalia, you wouldn't be opposed to joining us at Maxelian's palace tonight. He is having an invitation for those, an open invitation to the city. Anyone who wishes to show is welcome.
I suppose I should see him eventually anyway. I'm going to shoot a glance at Aristide real quick, like an uncertain, like, what does he seem to think of this?
Aristide glances. He looks over at you, turning around physically, and with his with the eye that Theodore can't see, he gives you a little wink.
Okay. It should be wonderful to have a dinner there.
Indeed, most of the nobility that is currently visiting will no doubt be there. Possibly a good chance, as he looks over with a sly grin over at Aristide and says, good chance to set up some networking, some contacts for future business, yes? And Aristide nods at this.
Could be useful for you too, Rosalina.
I'm gonna smile at that too.
Actually, I think everyone here, out of character, everyone here can possibly... Holy crap, Knight is going to have a field day with this. Everyone in this warband can possibly work that situation.
It's true. Except for the guy who's lying about his name.
Well, you know...
You, Alma?
No.
No, that's not the one I was talking about.
Well, what are you pointing at here?
Just saying, you can't network for the Serenas if you're not admitting you're a Serena.
Okay.
Well, you know, details.
There's only one person here who I'm trying to keep my name from, though.
That is true. He can, in theory, give out his real name to others, though, you know, loose lips and ships and all that. So, with that, with this more quiet start to a new story thread, we will continue next week, as it has been almost 3 hours, I think.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, and we will return next week when we head off to the grand gala at Maxelian Vorus Palace.
God, I hope it's not just 4. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining us for another episode of Queen's Court. There we go. I got this. This one was a fun one, and I'm going to figure out the freaking Eldar thing here. And I'm gonna get that damn dress. Dress is mine. Man.
What?
Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. I want to thank everybody for playing. And be sure to check out the social medias in the link in the description down below. You can also check out Mope's channel down there. So be sure to do that as well. Anyway, guys, I'm Alexis the Ego Queen. I love you guys. Bye.